Hey, what's up, guys? Joe Madden here for Picks and Parlays, coming at you with the 1 p.m. Eastern matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, look at lines on this game. We were seeing 7.5 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're now laying 8.5 points across the board. There's 1.8 actually sitting there at Sports 411. Is a little bit of money coming in on the New Orleans Saints. We know the struggles the New Orleans Saints have had, but man, I tell you, plus 8.5 looks like a nice way to go with a game that I expect to be lower scoring. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have struggled to put up the points as of late. And yes, we know we've already seen these teams matching up. In week 8, these teams did match up. The New Orleans Saints, as a 4-point favorite, were able to come in and win it 23-2. The New Orleans Saints completely fell flat in that game. But can the Bucs do it again? I just have the angst here against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't think they're going to be able to do it again. But the New Orleans Saints, how are they going to put up their share of the points? The Saints haven't scored more than 17 points in their last 6 games. So it's asking a lot for this team if they can't slow down the offense of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to stay competitive. Do you think, though, we'll see a run game out of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? You're looking at Bucky Irving coming back into the lineup. This is his second game back from injury. You look at him in that last game and how much success he had. He rushed for 61 yards and a touchdown, added 20 receiving yards as well in that win versus the Cardinals in week 13. And this is quite the stretch here for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They have 3 games versus NFC South opponents. So they have this game here versus the Saints. Then we'll see them kicking off Thursday Night Football on December 11th versus the Atlanta Falcons. I put Thursday Night Football on deck and another NFC South opponent, and then an NFC South opponent again in the following week with so much on the line. We see the New Orleans Saints cover plus the points. Now, could the Saints pull off the upset? If you're looking at the New Orleans Saints to pull off the upset in this game, you got to have some brass, what's out there to be able to take them. That the New Orleans Saints, we know they need to pick up another win. They could pick up another win. I don't know, you guys. Sean Higgs and I talked about this one earlier in the week. So if you're willing to have those brass, it's coming in at plus 360 for the Saints to pull off the upset. In these divisional matchups, anything can happen out there on the field, and we could see the possibility of this one coming in. I do like them plus the 8.5 a lot better than that money line. The money line would be a sprinkle. I just think with the style of game we're going to see out of both of these teams, especially with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense just not clicking at the level that we would have expected at this point in the season, that we're going to see Bucky Irving really running it on the ground for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and them not pulling away, them holding a lead, but not pulling away in this one. Now, looking at Bucky Irving for his rushing prop, it's coming in at 63.5. Decent number there. I don't mind firing this one up or looking at his rushing and receiving. Bucky Irving for the rushing and receiving prop coming in at 86.5. I like it. His longest rush at 14.5. And then looking at those alt rushing yards, because I do think this is where we could see a huge day out of Bucky Irving. I think he gets a majority of the workload for the offense of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So Bucky Irving for 80 plus rushing yards. Second game back from injury, that's coming at plus 174. 90 plus at plus 270, 100 plus. That's where it ends the ladder. Is coming in at plus 400. So if you're looking to ladder that, look for him to go over the original number for quarter of a unit. Then for the 70 or the 80 plus at plus 174, the 90 plus at plus 270, and the 100 plus at plus 400. Do the ladder. Don't just take it at one of those numbers. So always ladder those props when you have a lot of confidence in it. That's just how I see the game playing out. Now, I talked about the New Orleans Saints and their inability to get those points on the board. It's been hard to come by those touchdowns, those points altogether. But I do think if you're looking at anyone, look at Chris Olave, not only to get in the end zone for the New Orleans Saints, but also to be able to go over his 63.5 rushing yards. The over 63.5 rushing yards coming in at minus 111. And then for the anytime tutty at plus 210. I think he has every ability. He has to be able to be impactful out there for this team. But you guys, let me know what you think of Chris Olave out here. What you think of Bucky Irving. I was so impressed with him in that last game. I'm going light on this one, you guys. It's really hard to trust the New Orleans Saints, but plus 8.5 looks like a great way to go. They do have the possibility of upsetting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, especially if the Bucs are looking ahead to that Thursday night football game, which could be the situation. Before I get into everything else and the recap here, I just want to remind you guys of the Weekend Warrior happening over on picksandparlays.net. This weekend, get the handicapper of your choice's best bets in college football as well as the NFL for Saturday and Sunday for just $49. Now, no added costs. They will add in those Monday plays for free. And then if you're looking for more than just football, those flex picks are where you want to go. The flex picks are currently on sale. You can take packages from 3 days all the way up to 365 days. All of the packages discounted. And the great thing about this is you can switch between handicappers based on your day. You can set your lineup a week in advance or log in daily to pick your handicapper for those flex picks. So head on over to flex picks. You can also skip days, you guys. So it is a great way to get the best value, the best deal of the year is with flex picks, the ultimate flexibility. But jumping back into this one, you guys, I don't love this game. I do think it's the Saints plus the 8.5 or nothing for me. Could you sprinkle on the money line? Well, if you're going to see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers upset between this game and Thursday night football, I do think, even though the Saints are dirty, you could see this one because they're looking ahead to Thursday night football already, counting in a win over a team that they held to 2 points the last time they faced them in week 8. This is one of those situations where they're going to underestimate the Saints coming in. They're going to be sitting high in this game saying, oh, we held them to 2 points the last time. So I do think that's a possibility. I think no matter what, though, Bucky Irving has a big day. I would ladder up his rushing props out there, looking at him over his regular rushing numbers, all the way up to 100+ rushing yards. And then on the other side, I really do think Chris Olave can get in the end zone for the New Orleans Saints. His anytime tutty up plus 210. I also like him over for his receiving yards. It should be a boring game. Not going to lie. I think this is a boring game. This will be on one of the TVs. It's not going to be on the main TV. Let me know if it's going to be on your main TV. Maybe you're a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. Maybe you're a New Orleans Saints fan. I miss the days of Drew Brees and Sean Payton in New Orleans. Who else misses those days? Hands up. Let me know below in the comments. But you guys, all the best in all of your bets. Thank you again for following us here on Picks and Parlays. For everyone who has subscribed, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, it costs you nothing. Hit that subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell so you do know when these videos drop here on the daily. So much free content coming out. And then do me a solid. Hit the like. Give me a thumbs up, you guys. All the best in all of your bets. Until next time, stay hot and let's make some freaking money. I'm Joe Madden. You can follow me on all social media at Joe Madden Sports.